This story goes back to December 2018, when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was chosen as the manager of Manchester United. When he became the coach, Manchester United wasn't in a good situation. Therefore, he decided to buy quality players such as Jude Bellingham, a rising star in today's football world, and Erling Haaland, the superstar of Norwegian football. But the Manchester United executives prevented this significant decision. Now let's see which players Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, this thoughtful mind, had in mind. David De Gea. Solskjaer never complained about his team's goalkeeper and supported him through all the challenges, showing full support for the Spanish shot-stopper. Perhaps he was considering Dean Henderson as a successor for him. However, it is evident that if Solskjaer was the manager of Manchester United, De Gea would not have parted ways with the team under the current scenario. Current repair. Solskjaer has not recently spoken about him, but Manchester United made a great effort to persuade Trippier in the direction of this transfer. Ole wasn't satisfied with the situations of Wan-Bissaka and Dalot for the right back position at Manchester United. The offers made for Trippier in the summer of 2021 indicate Solskjaer's keen interest in recruiting him. Harry Maguire. He had many mistakes, and even one of the main reasons for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's dismissal was his use of Harry Maguire in his team's lineup. He had also given him the captain's armband, and we can be sure that Maguire was one of the players that Solskjaer wouldn't change. Authors. It was reported that Solskjaer was so impressed by the performance of the Spanish centre-back in Villarreal's victory in the 2021 Europa League final against United that he wanted to bring him in that summer. Torres, indifferent to Manchester United's interests, stayed at Villarreal, and at the beginning of this season, he reportedly agreed to leave Spain at the request of Emery. Luke Shaw, under Solskjaer's supervision, was able to revive himself and respond to Mourinho's insults. In 2021, Luke Shaw told Sky Sports, "Solskjaer's management differs from everyone else's. His ways of dealing with players in terms of how he talks to them is such that he gets the best results from them. He completely understands what is needed and what Manchester United requires, adapting to the circumstances accordingly." Mrs. Caicedo. Even though he joined Chelsea for a fee over £100 million, Solskjaer could have signed him for £20 million before people knew him well. In a conversation with a Guardian in the summer of 2023 regarding Caicedo's transfer to Chelsea, Solskjaer said, "We talked about Caicedo and we even took steps to start negotiations with his representatives, but we needed players who were more prepared. I admire Brighton for keeping their options open to utilize the abilities of players who are not currently active in Europe. You need to adhere to formalities at United and often have to deal with many people about something that doesn't exist." Declan Rice. Solskjaer referred to Rice in a conversation he had with Gary Neville on the television program and explained, "I also opt for a team on PlayStation that includes Declan Rice. I was talking to him and I was very pleased with his behavior." But Manchester United's managers missed out on this opportunity. Jude Bellingham. In the meeting they had with Solskjaer, specific points were discussed. He talked about the conditions for recruiting the current star of Real Madrid. "Bellingham was a teenager when I saw his game, and on the day I invited him for negotiations, Sir Alex Ferguson, Eric Cantona and Brian Robson were inside the club building, and I asked them to participate in the meeting. All four of us talked about the team's conditions and Jude's future. However, the club didn't give any guarantee for a contract to be signed with him until this transfer was cancelled. He was the most mature 70-year-old footballer I've seen during my football career, and I'm very eager to coach him." Bruno Fernandes. Perhaps if Bruno wasn't recruited from Sporting, Solskjaer would have been fired from Manchester United before the outbreak of the coronavirus. Erling Haaland. for recruiting Holland. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as a Norwegian legend and a role model for Holland, could have completely changed the conditions, but still, the main problem is with the club. He explained about this transfer. He was 15 years old playing in Molde and I liked him. I had worked with him at Molde, and it was in 2019 that we held an evaluation session for the players I was interested in, but no one was willing to pay his release clause. We never made an offer, and now we see that Holland is very happy at Manchester City. Harry Kane. If the COVID outbreak and the financial issues of European teams hadn't occurred, it's clear that Harry Kane would have donned the red Manchester United jersey after years. Thank you for being with me.